Good morning. I will admit, I'm not exactly awake.
Hey, Speed. Woo, look at that. Yeah.
With GoPro. Pretty hard.
Good way to start the surf session, getting hit in the face with a GoPro.
I hope he's going to turn around at the last second. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah, nice, Speed. I feel like Pete is like,
Let's see who's awake
what is
out
going
there.
on here? I don't know. He almost just swam right into one of those snorkelers. I think he might have touched one.
Oh, I did indeed.
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
Good morning out there, everybody. It's Friday morning. What's up, Lucius? Who says OMG? I got the chat feed rolling in my ear. What's up, Horace Dude Punk in the Midwest? How's it going over there? I will be able to put you guys up in just a minute or so as everything is getting rolling. Woot woot, Big Finugian. What's up with you? Hey, Platty, you're up bright and early. Good morning to you. And your boxes of Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap are in the mail. They went out yesterday, so they should be showing up in a few days. Although I'm in San Diego, you're all the way over in oh wow, Malaysia, all the way over in the Keys. So couldn't possibly get farther apart. We had a good night from Malaysia. So they came in, they said hello, and they are taking off. Hopefully you guys aren't looking at a black screen right now. Hopefully that camera over there is working. The other day I did the first portion of my show to nobody. All right, to people that were not watching me at all. No internet for Jen. That's terrible. Nice.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
I was laughing because True Platypus said that he's nursing a nasty hangover. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hold on, I'm gonna get the actual chat up and rolling so everybody else can hear what I'm hearing in my ear. Let's see if I can get that for you. It should be up on the screen right now. Should start to play in a minute or two. Let me get my other earbud in. All right. Where is it? Where are the buttons?
It's 1 a.m. for me and I'm nursing a nasty hangover, but I gotta get up.
See, there it is. The one where Platty said he's nursing a nasty hangover early in the AM. Let's see. I gotta press this button to get me over there. Stop that thing. Let's see. Why is the chat not reading to me? Come on, chat. Start reading. Start saying words. Hold on. Let's do this.
Show TTS controls.
Show TTS controls.
Skip to current message. Button.
Let's skip to the current message.
Show chat feed. Button.
Let's. Wrong button. Damn it.
Switch.
Hold on.
Show TTS controls.
Show
Button.
TTS controls.
Repeat message. Button.
Repeat message.
Repeat message. That True Platypus says words. Show chat feed. Button.
Words.
Missed so many
Show
of your
chat
lives.
feed.
Lucius says missed so many of your lives. I miss your voice, lol.
Well, you don't have to miss
Did you
them.
decide to bury that SpongeBob voice forever? Lol.
Oh, which one did I put back up? Oh no, I think I forgot to update the voice. The text to speech voice is probably just my voice right now, and then you know what? I don't know what the second voice is. I suppose I can activate
says
it.
this is the normal cement voice. Sideways just says lol.
Let's see. Hold on. If I press that and then I press that, I don't remember. It's been so. My life has been so insanely hectic.
Blind husband says Samantha,
The blind
sorry.
husband on
Oh,
Twitch
no.
said Samantha, sorry.
It is SpongeBob still. Sorry about that. if you don't like SpongeBob, he's the voice right now. Let me see if I
The
can.
blind husband
The
says, and
blind
now it's
husband on
stupid
Twitch
SpongeBob
said,
lol.
and now it's stupid, SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Lol.
it's stupid SpongeBob still. Let's see
The
if
true platypus on Twitch, said SpongeBob.
I can. I think I just switched
And
that over.
Football Edits YT79 on YouTube said, "Oh my God, I subbed a long time ago, man, Illy."
Well, thank you for subbing, and now your reward. Now you get to watch the show or listen to the show. And blind
Lucius on YouTube said, Elma OO.
Elma-O-O, which is probably
The true.
L-M-A-O.
Platypus on Twitch said, holy guacamole.
Yes. Now it's just my voice, so it doesn't have SpongeBob saying the stuff. I'll get
Sideways
SpongeBob out
J
of there.
on Twitch said, I seen the original guy from Transformers. Optimus died.
Oh, I started getting messages
Mickey
yesterday.
Zero on TikTok said, I haven't seen you in forever.
Well, now you see me. It's so funny how many people
Pixie
are saying
Faye
that right now.
Fire on TikTok said hello from a blind girl in Indiana.
Oh, hello, blind girl in Indiana. I bet you have a name.
Sideways Ja on Twitch said, on a commercial, damn.
Shouldn't be on.
The blind
well,
husband on
okay.
Twitch said, that's the guy.
That's the guy. So yesterday I started
At Brody
getting
Huggins,
Hold on,
J8K
hold
on
I gotta
YouTube
pause.
said, hey Pete, what's up?
I'm interrupting myself with myself. Allow myself to introduce myself. All right, I had to mute that. Yeah, people started getting me messages. They're like, dude, I hope your family's okay. I hope you're alive. You know, these messages, basically people like wondering if I was dead. And I'm like, why the hell, what's going on? What's the joke here? Why do I be dead? And then I realized that the voice of Optimus Prime, the real voice of Optimus Prime, and I've talked to Banana about this a million times. I've tried to be clear that I did play him in a set of commercials, a series of commercials, which I'm still extraordinarily proud about. Getting a job like that is pretty amazing to get cast in something like that. But I'm not the voice of him in the American movies and the TV show in the 80s, because in the 80s my voice was still like this. I was just a little kid. I don't think I'd even hit puberty by the time the 80s ended. Maybe. But yeah, the real voice of Optimus Prime, Peter Cullen, passed away. I didn't realize he was 80 years old. So he was 80 years old. We lost him. Dolly Parton, 80 years old. We lost her. That was, yeah, I was confused as to what everybody was talking about yesterday. I do not want to forget that I want to draw my thumbnail
You're
again.
blind.
Did someone just say you're blind? Yes, I am blind.
Thetru Platypus says everyone keeps dying at 80 and it's freaky.
I know. And
Metro
yeah.
Gnome says, oh hi, early morning for me to see you.
Early morning for me too. This morning the alarm clock got off. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The blind husband was asking if I could put the show on Spotify, and as if I needed more tasks and chores and stuff to do in my day.
Sideways just says, yes, I missed some impact now.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're
Icanimo
back now.
4689 says, I miss your videos.
Well, you don't have to miss my videos. They are online. You can, I post one every day, which again, I gotta rethink my life choices at some point. Putting out 7 videos a day, sometimes, or 7 videos a week, sometimes 8, and then broadcasting live 4 times a week is kind of a lot. And like I was saying, Blind Husband, I think it was, wanted to have my shows on Spotify. And so I did sign up for a Spotify creators account. The very first one that I put up there was just yesterday. I put the video up with me and Brooks together, and we spent about 45 minutes discussing Micro Wiener. And you know what? I did not get kicked off. Oh, and I think it was ABC Jenny. She's not here because her internet is down, I guess. But when Banana came in here, I think it was her. She told Banana comes and sits down, and she's like, Pete's been discussing micro penis for the last 45 minutes. And Banana was like, what? It's like, what are you doing with that? Why are you doing 45 minutes of that? I will have to say that my YouTube horizontals have been doing better since I've started designing my own thumbnails. And by that, I mean, I'm taking a piece of paper and using my amazing writing skills, because before I went blind, way before I went blind, when I was a kid in elementary school, I did learn me letters. I learned how to write. And the thumbnails over on the YouTube horizontal have actually been doing pretty well. So despite all my complaining about people not letting me use AI, which I feel like if it helps me out, if it makes my life easier, I should be allowed, but whatever, the thumbnails are doing well. So, oh, you know what? Someone wrote to me yesterday. I'm gonna write handwriting my thumbnail right now. Someone messaged me yesterday. I got a whisper on Twitch, and they said that I should make sure to not look at the page while I'm doing the thumbnail because it makes me look extra blind. And I was like, okay. I mean, it just writing like while you're looking down, it just kind of like lines you all up. And I mean, I guess I can look up in the air while I'm writing, but yeah, I mean, I guess I can do that if you really feel like that'll help. I mean, I hope you understand that if I look at it, I'm not actually seeing anything. That's kind of what it means to be blind. Hold on, let's see. All right, so I'm going to open my marker, and then I'm gonna. Wow, that really smells. All right, so I'll make sure to look up. So I look. Oh, hold on. Let's see what this is.
The True_Platypus gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Thanks, Platty. That's very nicey. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna write my thumbnail. I'm just gonna write it out, and you guys will tell me if you can read it. Uh-oh. I think I messed something up. I don't know. I think I messed something up. This is going to be my thumbnail for the show on Tuesday. It's probably not going to be legible because I spaced out halfway through. And hold on, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to do my thumbnail thing. I'm going to hold it up here, and then my glasses are already off. So I'll give myself a big smile. And ready? 3, 2, 1. There we go. That'll be my thumbnail. And now I'll put you guys up, and you tell me if I actually wrote anything.
Platypus says not bad, Pete.
Legible. I think I screwed up the NAIL part. I'm not entirely sure if that.
Naughty Brian says I definitely missed drawing.
Yeah.
Lucius says bro lost it.
What did I lose?
Talk says that's pretty good.
I feel like I screwed it up. Do you think I can try it again? I wonder if I should try that one again. I feel like that one got all sloppy.
Angel 3 Fry says artiste. Perfect.
You think so?
GTX 1660 user says best thumbnail ever.
Okay. All right.
Color
Hey,
Game 981 says hi.
that was what I was supposed to
Billy
say.
Wright says it's good to eat a little A. Veteran Platypus says it looks pretty good for a blind guy.
All right. Well, maybe
Matt
that'll
Honker
get the
says
point
not bad,
across
but
to
it's
people.
dark for a thumbnail.
Dark. Well.
Pixie Thea Fire says it looks pretty good, but I'm also blind lol.
Oh, you know what? That's what I
Sideways
should
just
do.
says
Hold on.
AGJ2K10 says what's your favorite color?
Hold on. I'm going to do that again,
one
and
more try.
I forget. Yeah, I'm going to do one more try if I didn't lose the damn
At
pen.
Lucia says best thumbnail F Bear, but hey, it's okay actually.
F
Beautiful.
Bear.
At Gothicast Little Shapov Gothic says I love the message you are sending all the haters.
Hold on. Let's see.
At Farinu says best thumbnail ever. It didn't go bad at all.
I do.
At Abstudrance Abs Misty.
I'm gonna try it one more
says, I love
time.
your channel.
And LT pointed out it's dark in here. So let's do that one more time. Let's see if I can do it a little more legibly. Best THUMB
Sideways just says it's better than my handwriting.
ILEVER. How about an exclamation point?
Chetru Platypus says haha.
All right. And then
Flemothy says do it in Braille.
I don't know Braille.
At Matejas Brun says everything is not right. First E is not complete.
Oh, well, doing my best over here.
Chetru
And
Platypus
then
says at Sideways for real though.
let's see. Oh, there we go. LT
Sideways
said it
says
wasn't going to
yeah.
be bright enough. So let's see. All right, those lights are killing me this early in the morning. So in 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, now let's put you guys
Chetru
back
Platypus says
on,
my handwriting is terrible as well so.
and then let's kill.
Naughty Brian says thanks for your content Pete.
There we go. Well, thank you for
Chetru
consuming my
Platypus says very
goofy
nice,
content.
Pete.
There we go. Hopefully that
Angel
one
3
felt
says and
better.
Pete said let there be light.
And that was very bright.
Matt Honker says smexy.
This morning, I'll say, when
At
I woke
Flemothy
up,
says looks great.
I almost jumped out of the
At
bed.
Lucia says you ate that.
Not because I was super excited, but because the alarm clock scared the crap out of
At
me.
Damn Duckle says impressive.
Thank you, damn Ducka, whatever that username was. By the way,
Sideways just says nice.
thank you to everybody that has been.
At Reasonable 6 says
All right, turn that off. Lots of people have been watching on YouTube Landscape. I don't know if the thumbnails have been a big part of that. I also started broadcasting for months now. I've been doing the show horizontal on Facebook, and basically no one was watching. It was like 8 people. I started going vertical on Facebook, and I'm getting like 300 or 400 people over on Facebook. So, thanks. Thanks for enjoying the show in a vertical format over there. Of course, I do like when people follow on Twitch, trying to get those numbers up slowly creeping up to 1,000 followers on Twitch. I think I'm at like 930, 935. If you want to follow me there, it's at Pete Gustin. You know, most of my social media people are on YouTube, and you can catch me horizontal and vertical on YouTube. Plus, the TikTok audience continues to filter in and watch me over there. So thanks to everybody that is catching me on whatever platform you're catching me on. $3 or more gets your message read out loud as a super chat on YouTube. 200 bits or more gets it read out loud on Twitch. And True Platypus comes in donating subscriptions to people, which is very nice. If you watch with the subscription, there are no commercials on Twitch, and you get access to my very cool emojis all the way across all the other channels out there. This morning, I got thrown right back to being like 15, 16, 17 years old. My alarm clock went off, and I literally felt like I was about to fall out of my bed. And when I was in high school, my high school didn't have our own pool, so our swim team had to swim at a local college's high school. Sometimes we swam at Tufts University, and sometimes we swam at Harvard. And the alarm clock, what time was practice? It was 5 to 7. So we had to be in the pool at 5 o'clock in the morning and swimming at 5 a.m. in the winter in New England, talking late November, December, January, February. I guess it was just January, February. November, January, February, winter sport. And there was nothing more miserable than being like 15 or 16 years old and having to get up at 4:25 and then have an upperclassman come pick you up and then take you to the stupid pool and then swim for 2 hours in the morning. And it, like 20% of them, I'm talking like one day a week, the alarm clock would go off. And it would jar me so much, like I would fall out of the bed, fall like straight up, like just fall out of the bed once a week at least. And I would go to bed, and I would intentionally try and sleep on the edge, not on the edge, in the middle of the bed. I'm like, stay in the middle, because I don't want the stupid alarm clock to scare me out of the bed in the morning. And inevitably, Tuesday or Thursday, one day of the week, I'd find myself on the edge of the bed. The alarm clock would go off, and the next thing I know, I'd be on the floor. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm awake now. I mean, it definitely prevented me from sleeping in or procrastinating the morning. I was like, well, I'm up, I'm awake. I do not miss those mornings. But this morning, that actually almost happened to me. My alarm clock went off, and I felt myself that like jarring, like wake up, and I seriously almost fell out of the bed.
Says hi.
Hi, what's going on?
Angel 3 Fry says Pete woke up on the underside of the bed.
Pretty much.
At Brody Huggins J8K says, have you heard the new Foo Fighters album titled Your Favorite Toy 10 Tracks? And in Toda.
No. When did that come out? And I'm assuming that was done with the new drummer. What was the drummer? Was it Travis Barker? And now, wait, who the heck is the drummer of the Foo Fighters?
At Mategisco says it's not always rolling, so if you want him to hear your comments, super chat $3 or more.
Yeah, if you do that.
At Thari News says you should get the Penguin some custom glasses. The ones he's wearing now are a little small. I love watching your shows, Pete. They are awesome.
Those are the biggest glasses you can
have
possibly
you done any voice
get.
acting for cartoons or anime?
No. I should get them custom. These are the biggest glasses that I could possibly fit on his big fat head. I ordered these things intentionally just for him. Those are like.
The true_platypus just cheered 1,050 bits.
What?
Have my bits, smirking face emoji.
Have my bits. Thank you, Platty. Thank you for waking up and dealing. I feel like he's dealing with a hangover. Maybe I should be a little less loud. I mean, you can control your own volume. You can put the volume up in your headphones louder or quieter, or if I'm on your TV or on your screen or whatever. But thank you for popping in here this morning. Thank you for helping me break the threshold of selling my first 100 boxes of Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Did I put I think I put the commercial, I don't know. I'm either going to screw up the whole show right here. If I share the screen, no wait, that's not the right one. That's the video share. I need to do the short share. And then if I press this.
What's in the box? What's in the box? It's a mystery designed by a penguin that only you can solve. Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap mystery boxes. Test your nose, then peel to reveal.
That was the video that I put yesterday. I'd had that done in AI rendered it the first time, and then I shot that myself the second time. Those shots were all done by me, and it was just monotonously difficult to shoot that. I've explained a million times how I video my own channel. Just it's easy. Like if I'm with Nisha.
Little Shapovka says nailed it.
Well, thank you.
The
If
Glinda
I'm,
Spin says that's a pretty smooth voice, sir. Are
Thank
you a
you.
voice actor
Thank
or
you.
something?
maybe,
Lol.
maybe.
Fetru Platypus says lol.
When I shoot with other people, if I'm out there with other people, I just kind of like point my camera towards Nisha, towards Banana, towards Brooks or Josh or whoever, if we just meet some
Sideways
random
just says
person.
that's good.
Thank you, Sideways. But filming like an inanimate object, like, sorry to tell you, Petey the Penguin, but you are an inanimate object. So so like for those shots, I'd have to like put my hand on him, hold the camera, and then like pull it away, and then walk backwards. And then the box, oh my God, the box! I kept like forgetting. There was so much to deal with. I kept forgetting like which way it was oriented, and doing pictures of the box. And I wanted it to not be all static shots. So I was like trying to move. It was very difficult. I did get a lot of comments, people saying, that looks great, that looks great. But I'm curious, like, does it look great for a blind guy, or is it like actually a good looking commercial? I never like to get graded on a blind guy scale. I've always been like kind of, even when I was a competitive sailor for many years, and there was a blind league, all blind sailors. I didn't want to compete. I didn't want to be the best blind sailor. I wanted to be the best sailor. So I always competed against people that could see just fine. And in voice acting, I want to be the best blind voice actor. That doesn't win you any jobs, get you any money. Like, I want to be the best voice actor. So I was curious, is that commercial good is that good for a blind guy, or does it actually look like a pretty decent commercial? I will say the very first comment I got rolled in when I posted that thing yesterday. It rolled in on TikTok, and one person was just furious that I used. So the video that I did
says that reminds me of the Offspring song, "Pretty Fly for a Blind Guy."
I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Good song. I like that one. First comment on the video, where the video showed the AI version of the commercial, then it showed the version of the commercial that I made. First comment on TikTok was someone being like, "I've lost so much respect for you. I can't believe you used AI." I'm like,
At Gothic Little Shapovkathic says we have a joke in Malta: if we hit a leg egg on a table or something, an inanimate object, we say the object moved, lol.
Yeah.
At Vizzy's here says Pete Gustin, my lord. At Vizzy's here says Pete Gustin, my lord.
Okay, that's twice. 2 times. My lord, twice.
Ciso says hello from Sweden. I really love it, your content.
Hey, Sweden, I appreciate
here
that.
says Pete Gustin, my lord. I'll be back. Love you for 1,000,000,000 to the power of infinity years.
1,000,000,000 for the power of
Platypus says,
infinity
I mean,
years.
genuinely, it looks like an actual commercial with good shots. So, in my opinion, it looks great.
All right. Well, that's good to hear.
Says good looking in general for your commercial.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, the first, like, I got into it with it because, of course, it was like first thing in the morning, and the person's like, "I've lost all my respect for you because you used AI," which has just been a huge sore spot for me lately. And I'm like, the whole point of this spot is that I was trying to show you what an AI commercial would look like versus one that I shot. But I feel like, I don't know, I can't go by anything other than what the people are saying. So I guess maybe I'll start using that one in the Blind Penguin accounts. Hold on, I do have. If I can remember how to do it, I got to press that. Then I got to press that. I did get some voicemails for Check Pete's voicemail. 3, 4, 5.
Now it's time to check Pete's voicemail on the Blind Surfer Show.
If you dial 760-517-6844 at any time of the day or night, you can leave me a message. And if it's good, I have a friend that checks through them, and we will get them on the air. I'll hear your voice, hear your question, respond to it. And before I do too much setup, I'm not entirely sure if this worked or if I'm in the right place. So let me fire one off and see if it worked.
Hey, Pete, got a good question for you here. What is the weirdest thing that you've ever felt while surfing? Thank you, Pete.
The weirdest thing, for some reason, people like always want to hand me bizarre things while I'm surfing. I guess everybody knows I can't see this stuff, so they want me to feel this stuff. One of them made it into a video not that long ago. One of Banana's friends, Bree, handed me that bizarre little, it was like a circular seaweed thing, and it reminded me of a koosh ball. That ended up being a Blind Guy unboxing, by the way, a new one of those coming on Saturday. I think Matea sent me something. It's going to confuse people because Nisha told me to guess the colors. There were 3 colors in it, and I somehow managed to guess all 3 of them. She's like, "Oh boy, here comes the comments. He's faking." But one of the grossest things I ever, it was like the second or third time ever that I was surfing with Josh, and he's gross. He likes playing with gross stuff, and he's not we're walking, and I'm not. I was like, ooh. So we're walking on the beach on our way to our surf spot, and it's this surf spot where the water comes all the way up and it kind of like smashes into the rocks. And this is important because after I tell you what I was holding, he's like, hey, hold out your hand for a second. I hold up my hand. He puts something in it. I'm like, what is it? What am I holding? And it ended up being a half of a lobster. Like the lobster literally got like smashed in half. And I was like, like, why did you put that in my hand? That's disgusting. And the lobster must have been hanging out somewhat near the shore. There's these cliffs, these bluffs. And the lobster, I guess, got like, smashed up towards the bluffs between the ocean or a rock or something. And it broke him in half, which is just, oh my God, just a terrible way to go and terrible thing to hold in my hand. And I didn't know what it was. He's like, here, hold this. And I was like, whoa, and it just dropped it on the ground. Like, that's disgusting. Nisha did something similar to me. She had me pick up some gross fish a few years ago. I think we'd only been surfing together for a few months. I'm like holding it in my hand. I'm like, what is it? She's like, oh, it's a dead fish. I'm like, oh God, like, I don't want to be holding that. So people have wanted me to hold all the gross, nasty things that they find floating on the side of the beach, but I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of holding gross, nasty things that I find on the side of the beach. I feel like if
True Platypus says I got into the band I was telling you about, so I got hammered last night.
Nice. All right. Congratulations.
Matejus Brun says I hope you can use it. The one you have now looks like it was held together with a rubber band.
I wonder what that was. Oh, I already explained. The surfboard hopefully is not going to be falling on my head anytime soon. And Platypus is in the band. So it's like a death metal or heavy metal. I forget, like some sort of metal band. And he's going to be
Sideways just says what kind of music?
One of the screamers. I think it's death metal or heavy metal, right? Is that it? I forget. So I don't.
Platypus says it's a heavy metal band.
Yeah, I was right. There we go. Heavy metal. I don't want to be picking up nasty stuff on the side of the ocean, but I have had the misfortune of picking up nasty stuff on the side of the ocean or while I'm out surfing before. Let's see what else we got in Check Pete's book.
At Felixel Starbus 7663 says the closest thing a friend put in my Angel 3 fries. At Gothic Cast Little Shipov Gothic says no audio. At Nedley Bear 14 says hi Brecci 6532. At Damn Duck says no audio. Thiblind Husband says oh, this is gonna make him angry Pete. At Do the Do 420 says no sound. Angel 3 fries says I can hear now. At Antonin Hurstshire says he can't see, we can't hear, it's gonna be a long morning.
Hopefully I got the audio back.
Thetru Platypus says his mic isn't lol. At Do the Do 420 says fixed. At LT Iron Fox says I'll email you. There's a few reasons I such a hot topic. It is a half bandwagon thing, but there are other serious issues. Reason people are pushing back against I. At Gary Fairfield Fan Club says hi. Thetru Platypus says there we go.
I got it back.
At Brecci 6532 says fixed.
Oh, did that get it
back? At Gothic Cast Little Shipov Gothic says all well.
No, it's back.
At
I got it.
Lucia says we're back.
I got it.
At Do the Do 420 says good.
What up, Do the Do?
At Starfire 8742 says oops, no audio.
Yeah.
At Felixel Starbus 7663 says can hear now.
Yeah, we were doing so well there. It went like 3 days
says I can hear.
Without the audio crapping
out.
out.
YT says bro. Thiblind Husband says you're back. You need a new or better soundboard.
It's
Cetru Platypus says but yeah, made a compromise with the band so I don't gotta scream too much.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hold on, let's see what this is. Oh, that's Lee.
Sure says anyone else join the PlayStation blackout?
What's a place? You guys are like not playing PlayStation? Yeah, I mean, do I really feel like spending another, I mean,
At Starfire 8742 says audio's back on.
the problem with that, blind husband, is that I've had the people that make this mixing board look at this and they can't not determine that the problem is coming from the mixing board. And then I've had the people at Dell look at my Dell Alienware Aurora R16 computer and they can't determine if those dropouts are coming from the computer. In fact, they're pretty sure it's not. So the problem is I could go buy another mixing board, another $800 for another, I could go get like the Rodecaster, and then I might still have the same problems. If, and programming my soundboard is massively difficult. It would be another, I'd basically have to take like a day off to learn the thing, figure out how to use it, do all my programming for the microphones and the routing and everything. And then at the very end of it, it might not be working still, which I would find extraordinarily frustrating. So sinking the time and money into a new board would stress me out and bum me out, especially if it didn't work at all. But hey, I'm back. At least I have you fine folk out there listening to me. You can shoot me messages and tell me when the audio dies, and I just do the little restart, and hopefully it stays on for the rest of the show. Let's see.
Have you heard the soundtrack for Mission Impossible 2 at YouTube?
Mission Impossible 2? Mission Impossible
says I recommend not using Alienware. Like Rob Zombie, Metallica, Foo Fighters. At Guy Cast Little Shapov Gothic says I used to fix my own tower. It can be the heat, can be insects, anything.
Yeah,
At Damn Duck says, where do you have the PlayStation shirt from?
Oh, I forgot. I was at a Boston Celtics game. I would show you the back of the shirt, but it's very difficult for me to get there. And they were promoting the new NBA game on PlayStation, and the girl I was with got given a couple of shirts. We separated for like a minute. I went to the bathroom. I came out, and she was getting free swag from the PlayStation people, and she gave me this shirt. I've had this thing for years. Is that what it is? The little PlayStation? I can kind of feel it, like a little PlayStation logo right there, I guess. Yeah. So that's where that came from. I got it as a freebie. My closet, working in radio, for some reason you get a lot of t-shirts. I've shown people videos of my closet before. Hold on, did this thing die on me again?
Where do you have the PlayStation? I used to fix my own tower. It can be the heat, can be insects, anything. I used to fix my own tower. It can be the heat, can be insects, anything.
Stop. Like I have like over probably 200 t-shirts.
Says, you know what? This is a good opportunity for me to draw you while I listen to your voice. Lol.
Okay. I wonder how I look first thing in the morning. This is me literally falling out of bed and coming in here to do the show. And now I'm feeling
Freely I-10 says, I remember you, dude. I was just scrolling, then came upon you. You're awesome. Keep up the good work.
Thanks for remembering me.
I
remember
says
you.
Alienware is a good computer that uses regular Dell parts that are not designed to be in a computer like the ones they advertise.
Well, I mean, I already got the thing.
Says yes. I think it's a PlayStation logo if I move my face a centimeter from my face and squint.
Yeah, let's see.
At Cool Dudes 01HF says hi.
There we go. There's my
Angel3 Fry says screen
logo.
I mean.
I already
Petru Platypus says also I put quotes around good.
It did not read the quotes, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, again, like I've spent thousands of dollars on the computer. I've spent
8579 says favorite monkey.
5 or 8. The Rhesus macaque is the best monkey out there. I spent like $600 on this mixing board, and they work most of the time. Banana and I had to have a conversation about the amount of money that I'm spending on social media as it is. And it's just, because I hit the $100,000 mark this year. I usually spend, it ends up being about $20,000 a year on social media it's mostly equipment. And then I have my own music licensing, and then I have to pay surf coaches, and, it just kind of, it adds up. And it's usually about $20,000 a year. And I got a handful of sponsorships throughout the year that offset it a little bit, but I've got a running sheet of how much I've spent and how much I've made on social media. And since January 1st, 2020, I just passed 2 weeks ago, the $100,000 amount of money sunk into it. And she's like, okay, what are you doing? What's your goal here? What's your plan here? And, everybody has hobbies. People's hobbies don't generally make them money. If you're a skateboarder or snowboarder, or you like to golf or something. Like, hobbies cost money. So that's what I'm telling myself. But I also keep telling myself, I'm like, it'll turn around at some point. At some point I'll start making some money. I've had a handful of sponsors over the years. I tried, and boy, did my audience not support me at all. I was really hoping that they'd understand that I was just kind of like trying to dig myself out of the hole of social media. When I got I got BetterHelp to sponsor me, and my audience literally tanked my channel. That's when I was getting over 1 million views per short, like 3 or 4 times a week. And people were like, that's a terrible company, and they're horrible, and they're just awful people, and you're a bad person for aligning with them. They offer online therapy. They're not licensed therapists, which was not true. And my views literally plummeted. It took me a long time to dig out of that hole. It was a company that was offering me some money, and it was helpful. And I got ridiculed for taking them on as a sponsor. Then the same thing happened to me when I got Temu. People were paying me, I was getting paid by Temu. And for me, they sent me like 30 things. I got to do like 3 unboxings out of all that stuff, and say, this is a terrible company. I can't believe you're promoting them. And then the views went way down. I got a bunch of hate mail again. I was like, okay, all right. Okay. So I'm not allowed to. It's like if you're watching your favorite TV show, whatever the heck you watch on TV, and it gets sponsored by whatever. I don't feel like people write hate mail to the writers of that TV show, be like, I can't believe you're allowing this show to be sponsored by Temu. The commercials just are what the commercials are. But when a creator takes on a sponsor that people don't like, it's the end of the world. The one that people were allowing me to have as a sponsor was the Farmer's Dog. People seemed happy when I had the Farmer's Dog in here. They gave me the opportunity to push their product, which is great because my dogs actually eat the Farmer's Dog. Superdog ate it, Steve, Skylar, and unfortunately, I did 3 videos on it and sold zero. Nobody bought any of the Farmer's Dog, and they pulled my sponsorship. So over the course of the 6 years, I've had those 3 sponsorships, which offset me a little bit. But we did, like I said, we hit the $100,000 mark in terms of expenses on this channel about a week or so ago. So long way of saying, I don't know if I'm going to be buying another computer or another mixing board or making any more large expenses to try and keep the channel going. I think I'm just going to deal with the issues. If the audio turns off, I will restart it, and then I will be back. Boy, I was not talking about that at all this morning. That's what you get from me in the morning. No governor, no governor whatsoever. My brain thinks something, and then I just blurt it out. Apparently, did I lose everybody?
Big Funny Giant Husband says, I'm more streaming set up just for the morning show and evening show.
Good
One
grief.
laptop that you already own.
I don't own an
Brody
extra
Huggins
laptop.
J8K says, have you heard the Spider-Man soundtrack from 2002? It features the classic theme song from 1967, as well as Hero by Chad Kroeger of Nickelback, featuring Josie Scott of Saliva.
I'm sure I've heard.
Gothic
Saliva.
Gothic says some apps don't work, I mean.
Saliva's a huge
Dan
band.
Duckle says, odd question. Can you think of any object or thing you use regularly, but you don't know what color it is?
I mean,
Vetru Platypus says, look at this photograph. It's a photo of a photograph.
that sounds like a lyric.
I
remember this username.
PHP says, my PC has audio issues, I just live with it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to live with it, and I know I'm streaming, so I should. But if I knew what the problem was, if I knew it was the mixing board, if I knew it was the computer, if I knew it was the audio, if I knew what it was, I would fix it. But I'm not just going to throw thousands of dollars at this thing to try and get those audio issues to work. I mean, I'm saying that now, but now that you guys have got it in my head, I'm going to be online today, probably looking at the new Rodecaster, trying to see if I can get it something to work. But Saliva. I used to work at Sirius Satellite Radio before it was Sirius XM, and everybody came in. This is like back in 2000 when satellite radio was brand new, like new and exciting and different. And every major band, I mean, I'm talking like Ozzy was there, Sting came through, everybody was coming through and saying hi. And hold on, I better not have. Please tell me. Okay, that's just an ad. Saliva came through Sirius, and like every member of the band was like well over 6 feet tall, and they were all dressed in black. It was like this scary looking. You're like, who are these guys? This big giant band walking through, and ended up being Saliva. Oh, I forgot. I was in the middle of I was in Chuck Pete's voicemail when I lost my audio. Am I still on the right page?
Hey Pete, just wanted to ask, do you know any self-defense techniques? And if you do, have there ever been a case where you've used them?
Oh, do I know any self-defense techniques? And has there ever been a case when I've used them? This kind of reminds me of the video that I posted a while ago where I mentioned that I had an LTC card, a license to carry card. And oh my God, with the comments, people like, well, how does that work if someone's threatening you? Do you just shoot towards the sound? And I like kept getting like all like in a huff about that comment because I was like, what kind of a lunatic would do that? Like, if you don't know exactly what you're aiming at, you should never pull the trigger. Like that, the whole idea of that is a, I was like, what do you think? Like, so I had my license to carry. I can quickly explain it to you. Hold on, making sure my microphone is aligned the right way. So I had a friend in the Boston area who was a shooting instructor, and he wanted to teach me. He's like, how fun would it be to teach a blind guy how to shoot? And long story short, I'm going to truncate a bunch of stuff here. When I went to go get my license, I just wanted a Class B, meaning that I would have to transport it from my home to the range. You'd have to keep it in a locked box or whatever. But part of having a Class B license means that you're supposed to have it like the ammo's supposed to be in the car and the gun's supposed to be in the trunk or vice versa. Except the problem was I didn't drive, obviously, because I was blind. I never got my driver's license. So the guy just kind of laughed about it. The police officer that was issuing it. He's like, well, I guess I got to give you the Class A, because he's like, how are you going to get to the range? I was like, well, I'm going to walk the thing. He's like, all right, then I got to give you the Class A license to carry concealed, because there was no car to transport it in. So I skipped the B and went straight to the Class A LTC. But that doesn't mean that I'm like walking around and like, I mean, it's not a Batman movie. I'm not going down a dark alley with Banana and she's clutching at her pearls as the Joker comes up and mugs us. Like, people seem obsessed with, like, how do you defend yourself with that thing? Or that kid just asking, like, how do I defend myself using my martial arts? Now, I did train for a long time in martial arts. I studied Nanchuan Kung Fu, which translates to short fist. And I did short fist. It's up close. It's a rather violent form of martial art designed to end a fight pretty quickly. Short fist, you know, I was close. I had some vision. I could see people if they were a couple, 3-4 feet away from me. So if I stayed in close, I could fight them. But I've told stories before. There's videos before where I've been mugged on the street, and the best thing that the best thing to do if someone pulls a knife on you or a gun on you, or threatens to hurt you if you're out in an unfortunate time, an unfortunate place. I mean, I guess it could be any time of the day or night, but the best thing to do is, give them your stupid wallet. Cause you don't know what they have. Some lunatic walking up and trying to mug you, is probably in a pretty desperate place. And yeah, I mean, I trained in martial arts for, I mean, I guess it's a difference if they break into my house and then they start to physically attack me or Banana, you know, I'll walk towards the sound of the voice and I will grapple and I will, do what I have to do. But if I'm on the street and someone I feel like the smart move there is to just, oh no, that's not good. Uh-oh, hold on. I knocked over the control for everything. I have to see if I can find that. Hold on. Oh boy. Oh, where did it go? Oh man, I don't even know where it went. Can't do the rest of the show without that thing. And I don't know where it is. And there's the case for it. Where's the actual thing? Oh God. Oh shoot. Okay. Let's see.
At SarahCam7808 tip $3 through Super Chat. Just popping in, toss a good morning to all.
Hold on. I'm back. I'm coming back. I feel like I should have known this morning when I almost jumped out of bed starting the day. If that thing comes unplugged, I'm going to be a little screwed up. I'm going to press a button. I'm going to fire off my intro, and if it doesn't work, okay, it works. Whew.
Welcome to the...
All right, still connected. There, I'm going to put the chat up. Jeez, I should have just stayed in bed this morning. After almost falling out of bed, I should have just stayed there. Let's see if I can get this thing back on its case. That's not it. Hold on, did I kill the chat too? Hopefully I didn't kill the chat.
Oh dear, Lucius says hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How's it going, everybody? Hold on. Let's see if I can fix this
dear,
thing.
Lucius says we're good.
All right, it works. It works. Let's see. I don't know which way it goes. Which way is
Gothic
upside
has
right?
little Shapov Gothic says super chat gift $3.
That thing made.
dear, Lucius says yeah.
That thing made quite the noise
Angel
when it
Fry
fell,
says I
didn't
am
it?
alive.
There we go. All right.
The blind husband says ever have those kind of dreams where it feels like you smacked into your bed after falling.
Yes, that's what I was talking. That's how I started the day this morning. That's exactly how I started the day this morning. Why isn't this thing fitting? Oh, because my
LT Iron
headphones
Fox
are
says you
caught
missed
in
Sarah.
it. Wait a second. All right, hold on. I can figure this out.
Old
There's
Top
it.
says stay at home, Dad Pete. I need your morning podcast. Reggie
let's see.
6532 says I woke up with a headache.
Well, there we go. All right. Now, don't flail around. This is what I get for getting all animated.
The
Talking
blind
about
husband says love you, Sarah. Hope you have a great day.
Sarah taking
Here
off.
Lucius says can you even understand the robot saying my name? It sounds funny to me. Oh,
It
dear,
always
Lucius.
sounds funny. No, dear Lucius. That's what it is. Dear Lucius. All right, now I got it. Thank you for breaking it up. When the space isn't in there, I never understand what the stupid thing is saying. All right, so this morning, Sarah was saying that she liked it when I was having technical difficulties or when things were going difficult. She's like, it's fun. We're all like problem solving together. So this morning I lost the audio. LT emailed me. Matea texted me. Thanks for letting me know. I knocked my control unit, which is what is this thing called? Stream Deck XL. I knocked that off the couch. Hopefully, let's see what time it is.
Says hi, LT.
It's 7:02. All right, so let's see if I can go another 15.
15. 2595 says could check out Sam Thockett.
I don't know what Sam Thockett is. Let's see if I go another 15 minutes without any more issues. Fingers crossed. If I can pull that off. So yeah, long story short is I wouldn't.
Reggie 6532 says mine's supposed to be brie cheese.
Brie cheese. All right, whatever you guys are talking about. Geez, I leave for a second to go pick up the mess I made, and we're talking about random cheeses and stuff. Yeah. So I would not be using my martial arts to try and defend myself. I think the easiest thing is just to hand over the wallet, or don't be in the situation where something like that happens. But again, like I said, if someone came in here and was threatening me or banana, I would do my best to find my way to that person and grapple, which I'm fully capable of as well. But just hope I'm never in that situation. Weird questions today. Where was I on Check Pete's voicemail? Is it this button? Maybe this button.
Pete, how you doing today, my friend? My name is Baklulu. I am here from the Colorado. I am here to say I love your show. It makes me very happy. I work in the Chinese restaurant. I play the game, and I listen to you, and I watch your video while we play the Chinese food, And when the customer pisses me off, I shove a surfboard up the eyes. What the hell?
Okay.
Anyways, thank you very much. I love to see you. I'm watching you live right now, my friend. Thank you.
Part of me feels like that's not real. But if it is real, I don't want to offend the person by saying they sound like a joke. But I think I'm just going to let that one sit and go to the last of Check Pete's voicemail because I don't think that was real. Do I have one more?
If you had to estimate how many pickles do you think you could eat before you physically couldn't eat any more pickles?
What? If I had to estimate how many pickles could I eat before I couldn't eat any more pickles? I mean, how many pickles does a person want to eat? Like,
Atsu
I
Permanovan
wouldn't
says research
probably
shows that people who are armed find themselves in more dangerous situations because they're less careful. They go where they otherwise wouldn't.
Well, what's funny? What's funny about that? I'll get back to the pickle question in a second. When I joined,
Angel 3 Fry says 0 pickles.
I like a.
Infinigian says what?
I don't know. They wanted to know how many pickles could I physically eat. Banana likes pickles. Banana likes pickles. Sounds like a weird children's song. But she's a big fan of pickle juice and she likes pickles. I like a pickle on my hamburger. If someone were to put a thinly sliced pickle, I like the ones that are like sliced with like the ridges. Looks like a Ruffles ridges.
Says what are these questions?
I don't know. The random ass questions today.
Nick Chapman says I could eat 500.
500 pickles? No, you couldn't.
96 says
gross.
Gruken can be eaten in large quantities. I love it.
What can? What is Gruken? But I like sweet pickles. You put some sweet pickles.
Sure says I agree about 0 pickles.
On a hamburger, like that's pretty good. I like cucumbers. I could eat a bunch of cucumbers, but sometimes, when I'm in a rush, which I always am, I take baby cucumbers and I'll eat a microwave meal and just to get some sort of like vegetable, like something that's not just,
Vetru Platypus says I've tested the pickle thing before. 104 pickles before I vomited.
Ugh, 104 pickles. And then imagine vomiting 104 pickles. That sounds 100. I couldn't eat 104 of anything. I could possibly eat 104 watermelon grapefruits, but that's about it. I don't think I could do 104 pickles. That sounds terrible. But someone was talking about people that carry or
At United Wrestling Federation says, what is the phone number for?
That's we literally just covered that like 5 seconds ago. Like it just
At
went through that.
Says Pete, can
If
you
you
give me
dial
advice or fatherly scold me to focus on my finals soon? Ahem.
Yes. Hold on. So 760-517-6844. The phone messages that I was just playing, that's what that's for. The person that was asking how many pickles can I eat. That is what that is from. So if you would dial 760-517-6844 any time of the day or night, you can leave a message and we'll play it in the segment called Check Pete's Voicemail, which we have been doing all this morning. So if you have something that you want to say, feel free to call that number and we'll get to those messages on the next show on Tuesday. You, who's supposed to be doing your final studying right now, which, why are people in school right now? I don't understand. August, what is it, 20? I don't even know what the date is, 28th. Why would there be a final on August the 28th? Maybe the end of the summer session or something like that. I feel like I'm just the way I was wired. As soon as I got home from school, like the moment I got home from school, whenever I was in school, and I had homework to do, I went right up to my room and I sat down and did the homework. Because I couldn't like function. I couldn't enjoy. Banana is kind of a procrastinator. My best friend in high school, Jay, was kind of a procrastinator. And like, he would put off his homework till like the morning of, like on the way to school, and he'd be doing his homework. Me, like if I had homework, I couldn't enjoy myself. I couldn't do the thing that I wanted to do while I had the homework in the back of my head. And, similarly, if I had tests coming up, I didn't try and cram on the way to the class in the morning. I would study as best I could as soon as I could, like the day before. So I'd get home at, when did we get out of school? My school randomly got out of, my high school, we started at 7:45 and we got out at 2:13 randomly. And then, I'd be home at 2:30, 2:40, something like that. And I would plunk down immediately and do my hour and a half of homework, or however long it took. And then I'd have the whole evening. I'd have the whole evening free. So if you have, when are you going to do it? You do it. Like, hurry up. Just hurry up and finish your studying. You don't want to put it off till, because also like things happen. This is why I'm perpetually early to things. Like Banana, if we have to get somewhere, she's like, well, we got to be there at 3:00. It takes 7 minutes to get there. So let's leave at 2:53. And I'm like, but what if something happens? It's the same thing like with your homework. Like you think you're going to study the night before or maybe the morning of, but what if something happens? What if you go to turn on your computer and it doesn't work? We've all seen that can happen here all the time. What if, what if something happens to you physically and you're like, I gotta go to the emergency room. Like things can happen that could prevent you from accomplishing your task in the amount of time that it should take you. Just because it takes you 7 minutes to get to the place you're trying to go to meet your friends, or just because you're going to be at school, doesn't mean that everything is going to go right. So I'm always of the mind, if you have the time to get it done ahead of time so that you can just kind of relax and enjoy yourself. But I understand not everybody's built the exact same way. But yeah, study, do it, hurry up, get it in your head, take the final, be done with it, and then start another semester of school, I guess. Let's see if this thing is still on. No. Oh,
my nephew starts school on the 1st of September. No MP voicemails left?
No, that was
Dear Lucius says my finals is actually on October all until December, on and off. I'm not really a procrastinator either, but I'm low-key scared because this is technically my life or death type of exams.
Well, okay. Doesn't sound like you're procrastinating, but life or death exams. What kind of exams are life or death? That sounds like you're in a study.
Brun says for now Noah he does see color, but Molly Burke has scared him about losing the ability to, so he tries to create scenes to remember them.
That's me. Yeah.
Oh dear Lucius says, but yes, thank you, sir.
oh, so it says, oh dear Lucius. Okay, that's what it is. So it's like, oh dear Lucius. So it's saying, oh dear Lucius. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, your life or death exams. I don't know, just, spend a little time every day. Put a little put a little time in every day, and by the time they roll around in October, you should be set to go. And yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I can have colors in my head. I remember.
Matea Y. Curry Sissa says, hey, Sneaky Petey and Blinded Penguin, happy free IIA.
Happy Friday day. Thank you. And happy Friday to you as well.
Sure says, I was a big procrastinator. I grew up on He-Man and Transformers.
Ooh, me too. Yeah. And then G.I. Joe. I used to watch a lot of G.I. Joe. The cartoon. So I used to watch in the 80s.
6532 says, my name is supposed to be Brie Cheese.
Oh, is that why you said Brie Cheese? So Bretches. Oh, now it all makes sense. God, I'm so like in the dark sometimes. Figuratively, literally. That person, there was a comment a while ago and they just said Brie Cheese out of nowhere. And I was like, why are you saying Brie Cheese? They were saying their username and their handle. It says Bretches, which I would never had guessed was Brie Cheese. The shows that I used to watch when I was done with my homework. And I mean, I also... I feel like I might have been a little neurotic. Maybe I still am. But like when I was
6532 says yes.
There we go. Now I get it. When I was watching TV.
Antonivers sure says G.I. Joe was a Jame too.
Yeah. What
was
Gothic
Cast Little Shapov Gothic says Turtles and Ghostbusters too.
I didn't. Yeah, I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ghostbusters. I didn't know that they had a cartoon. I was gonna say when I was a kid, in between because I kind of felt guilty of just like sitting there watching TV. So when I was young, like probably like 12 years old, like up until I was older, when I was watching TV, especially if I was watching cartoons, when the commercial break came on, for the entire commercial break, I would do sit-ups, and the next commercial break, I would do push-ups. So I didn't feel so lazy about sitting there watching TV. Trying to think about the shows so I used to watch, I did He-Man, I did Transformers, I watched G.I. Joe. I also used to watch the Game Show Network when I was a kid. I don't even know if GSN Game Show Network exists anymore, but like the $25,000 pyramid or the $100,000 pyramid, whichever version it was, the dating game. I used to watch the dating game.
Tejas Brun says I was a math person as well, LT.
Press Your Luck. God, I hope everybody remembers the game Press Your Luck. I love that game. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop. And then you'd stop, and if the whammy was there, it's wah, wah. I'm gonna take all your money. That was one of my favorite shows. Then someone like broke the code, the board, the whammy board. There was a pattern to it, and someone figured out the pattern. They ended up like breaking the system. What are the Scrabble? I used to watch the video or the game show Scrabble on Game Show Network.
7990 says ever watch Mask?
So I did. I watched Mask. You're talking about the...
Curry Sissa says I learned how bad procrastination was when I had to hand in college work and you didn't get the excessive leniency they offered in high school. Be careful, life is not procrastination friendly.
Yes, it's not.
That's what I keep trying to tell people. No whammy lol.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop.
21977 says so sad about Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I had the Mask figurine, so I know I watched. I cannot remember what it was like a bunch of, what were they, like secret agents or paramilitary or something like that, and they wore I remember that I had the mask, like there was a car and the characters, so I definitely watched it for a while. I had some of the A-Team figures. I used to watch A-Team. I used to watch Scooby-Doo. I used to watch DuckTales when I was younger, like in elementary school. Huey, Dewey, Louie, and their Uncle Scrooge. DuckTales. Ooh. Great, I'm gonna have that stuck on my head for the rest of my day.
Curry Sissa says the No Whammy Show was called Press Your Luck.
Yeah, Press Your Luck. That's what I said. I watched Smurfs when I was a kid. What's the theme? Oh, theme song to Smurfs is...
6532 says good morning.
Good morning. La 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 la. Duckman. Shadow Stevens, the radio bit Duckman. Am I remembering that? I feel like it was a radio bit back in the 80s. Shadow Stevens, who played he was the center square on, what the hell's that show?
Celebrity 7990 says Secret Agents to Stop Venom. I think it was.
Oh, is that what it was? It was Mask versus Venom. The Cobra Commander voice was played by the same guy.
It was a cartoon. He was like a little duck and would do like drinking and stuff like that. It was funny.
Oh, I don't remember that. Oh, I was thinking as Shadow Stevens did Chicken Man. Bark, 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 Chicken Man. Tic Tac Doe was the other thing that put the celebrities in the 9 things, and it asked them quite. God, that show was so bad. That was a very difficult, boring show to watch. Yeah, Smurfs I used to watch. Snorks. If anybody remembers Snorks, it was a cartoon. Monchi-Chi was like a bunch of monkeys. Oh, I was saying the same guy that played Cobra Commander played Starscream. Cobra Commander in G.I. Joe played Starscream in Transformers. That was the same guy. And God, I had a lot of G.I. Joe characters, figurines, and I remember Zartan was the coolest one. He was this dude whose like skin changed color, and the figurine actually changed color. Went from like flesh colored to green color.
Says, does anyone play Wordle?
Wordle. Oh, I never. That's new. I never got into doing Wordle. I'm trying to think of any other shows I used to watch when I was a kid, like any cartoons that I watched regularly. Yeah, I was kind of bummed. I never met Peter Cullen. We're just, like I was a guy who got to play Optimus Prime in a series of commercials, and he was actually Optimus Prime.
At Brody Obviously, Huggins J8K says slept pretty horrible last night, and it was all because of these stupid gallstones. They've been driving me nuts.
Oh, I forgot. It's
At
Brody
7990 says Hong Kong Fooey.
Hong Kong.
At Gothic has Little Shapov Gothic says
one.
100% all of them in Power Rangers too.
Later in life, I watched
Power Rangers, Transformers, and Bananas in Pajamas lol.
Bananas in Pajamas? Was that a cartoon? I watched, so later in life, I couldn't see them very well, but they were just fun to put on. I used to watch the Venture Brothers. I used to watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force and C-Lab 2020. Those were like some of my favorite cartoons on Adult Swim. And of course, Meatwad on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Hey man, my name is Meatwad. Now I'm going to be over here and I'm going to be on the screen. I'm going to be messing with my buddy Carl.
I used to love that. I don't think that's on anymore.
Sigmund says Boondocks.
Boondocks? What about Boondock Saints? I never saw Boondocks, but I saw the movie Boondock Saints, filmed in my hometown of Boston. Oh, to finish another thought from a while ago, someone was talking about...
Curry Sissa says Rocky and Bullwinkle, anyone or Gumby.
Oh, Gumby.
Dog says Adult Swim was the best. Go Team Venture.
The Go Team
says
Venture.
That was a freaking awesome voice.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you appreciate my voice. This is just a Meatwad voice. Maybe someday I'll do an entire show like Meatwad, and then we can listen to the chat together, and then we'll talk about stuff.
Peace hand sign.
Go Team Venture Peace hand sign. Yeah, what if I did the whole show like this? And then people tuned in, and I was sitting here doing this voice, and people would be like, what in the hell am I watching? Like, what is this?
Adolphus says got distracted. Came back.
Like,
surprised by high-pitched voice Pete.
Yeah, no,
At
he's
Gothic
back.
has Little Shapov Gothic says, how about Popeye? I used to live next to the Popeye village from the movie just some 10 minutes away. That voice was so cute.
I didn't know there was a Popeye village.
8742 says, dude, Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Sea Life 20/20 Classics.
Sea Lab.
The Sea Lab says, you're making me laugh way too much for this early.
All right, well, I'm just going to do the whole show like this. Sometimes I'm like, my voice is getting tired, and I got to do voiceovers all day. And so then if I don't use my regular voice and I just use this one, then they'll save my voice. And Petey's sitting here and I'm doing this, and then people are going to be like, what in the hell am I watching? And they're going to be like, what is going on? Who's this guy and what is he doing? Why does he sound like that? And I'll be like, I don't know, but I got to keep watching. Because it's so weird, I have to keep watching.
It's my new gimmick. I'm going to do the whole show like that.
Says, what's going on? At Starfire 8742 says, I meant to say C-Lab, and that was an awesome Meatwad impression.
Thank you very much.
Y Curry Sissa says Gumby was so cool.
Gumby, I used to...
GKF says he aleo did WHIO the foo.
I don't know. Oh, they're saying what the I get it. Let me put this thing on, see if I can get that one to work.
Brown says we all need laughter in our life.
Matejas Brown on YouTube said, we all need laughter in our life.
We do. I feel like I did a lot of complaining this morning. Every once in a while, you guys get me in like a complaining mood. I was complaining about my lack of sponsorships.
At Oh Dear Lucius on YouTube said, why is this cracking me up? I think I'm just sleepy. Ha ha ha.
I'm nice laugh. Nice laugh.
At Aaron Crouch 2063 on YouTube said, exactly what I was thinking.
Aaron Crouch 2063. Why is it?
Jason Cox 7990 on YouTube said Johnny Quest Super Friends, Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Yes, I'm old.
Super Friends I used to watch. Johnny Quest I never watched.
At Starfire 8742 on YouTube said, man, but you don't have to do it for the whole show, especially if you're going to go to a voiceover afterwards, LOL.
Imagine I got stuck in that voice.
The Blind Husband on Twitch said, if you recorded your voice as that voice, I would listen to it better than the SpongeBob.
Maybe I should do that. I'd be like,
into
The
this
Hurton
Friday.
Alberton. GKF on TikTok said, did the voice of Jimmy the Foo.
Who's Jimmy the Foo? I don't
At
know.
Sarah Cam 7808 on YouTube said, popping in briefly to, yo, say an actual hello before I have to run again.
All right. Well, and I said it for you.
Ricky Spanish 5150
Whoa, I must
on
have
Twitch
put it over.
said, hey, now.
Hey now. Hey now.
The True Platypus on Twitch said, that's an interesting name.
Which one? I wonder which one was the interesting name. I could totally do that.
At SemiMarcy 21977 on YouTube said, I'm so happy to be here. It was a crazy week.
Yeah, it was a crazy week.
The Blind Husband on Twitch said, you don't sound like somebody who can make that voice. At Sarah Cam 7808 on YouTube said, hey, Matasia, LT, and Heather.
Hey, Matea, LT, and Heather.
At Matejas Brown on YouTube said, hi, Sarah. Safe travels, my friend.
Robot Pete does not understand Spanish. It's saying Matejas.
At Jovi Salcedo 921 on YouTube said, Voltron was the best and Peter Cullen did the intro.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I was
At Sarah Kamsedem Tisoch Awesome Sto Awesome on YouTube said, love you lots. Matea.
Wait, why did it do that? Why did it
Oh
get
Dear Lucius on
Spanish?
YouTube said, okay, it does kind of sounds like you. If I was high, heavy on the if.
If I was high.
At Sarah Com 7808 on YouTube said, gotta dip again. Love y'all.
All right, love you too. I wonder why
The
my
True Platypus on Twitch
True.
said, I love Fridays.
Fridays worry me because I'm always like, did I get everything done this week that I needed to get done? And the way that I started this morning with just like the jump scare of getting out of bed was mildly frightening. I don't think that there's a Meatwad voice in the Lumia Stream system that I use. I feel like I could, if I have the time, which I never do, but maybe I could program a Meatwad voice and we could use. But then I don't know. Would that be annoying? Like having to listen to the.
Well, I don't mind talking like Meatwad every now and then, but if he was the one reading the chat messages, would that get a little annoying after a while? You'd be like, damn, why does this thing sound
At
so weird?
Jasoncock 7990 says Lion Voltron was great. Card
Lion
Voltron was
Voltron.
just bad.
I had the Car Voltron. I had Car Voltron, the figures that I think
At
they
Oh Dear
went
Lucy
together.
says my back hurts from laughing.
Oh, all right. Well, good. I'm glad I can entertain you this morning.
At La Matea Y Curry Sissa says the Ren and Stimpy show.
Oh, that was Billy West, who's also Futurama. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy was so bizarre, so weird. I used to watch Ren and Stimpy a lot. I like that. And Billy West, I wanted to be
At
him.
Sam Emercy 21977 says how about Stitch?
Lilo and
Austin
Stitch.
0312 says hi.
Hi, what's going
At
on?
Brecci 6532 says it's confusing to hear your voice reading stuff out.
But I mean, it shouldn't sound that much like me. It's definitely a robotic version of me. But Billy West worked in Boston as a creative services director for a radio station called WBCN. And like, because of him, I tried to get an internship in Boston my freshman year of college at WBCN. And they never even wrote back to me. I made a terrible first impression. Do we have time for this? Terrible. 7:23. So it was my freshman year of college. I'd started college in September, and by the time October rolled around, I was like, I'm bored. These classes are, whatever. I have time, so I'm gonna go take an internship. And because of Billy West, like he used to do all these great comedy bits there. He went on to do Ren and Stimpy and Futurama, and the voice of the which color is it? Like either green, yellow, red, like one of the M&Ms. You definitely know his voice if you heard it. But I wanted to go work. He was gone at that point, but I wanted to go work at WBCN. And I just walked in thinking like, I'd just say like, hi, I'm here for an internship. Now at this point, my vision was pretty bad, but not gone like it is now. I was just hoping that I could just, I don't know, walk in there and like, I don't know what I wanted to do, but I walk in and they handed me a piece of paper to fill out, which I shouldn't have. I mean, yeah, I guess you got to fill something out when you're trying to apply for a job. But I had like a panic attack because I couldn't read the paper. Obviously, I couldn't see what was on the page to fill it out. And the girl at the front desk probably saw in my face like I had this total panic attack. I'm trying to apply for an internship, and out of nowhere, I'm like, and so I was like, I'll be right back. I got to go fill this out. And so I went like outside. And I used to carry around a magnifying glass in my pocket, And if I needed to like see something, I could put the magnifier in front of it and I'd like, look at it letter by letter. And I realized I didn't have the stupid magnifying glass in my pocket. So I literally ran back to my dorm from the radio station, and it was probably like a 10-minute run, ran all the way back, and I used my magnifying glass and I filled out the internship paperwork, and then I ran back, and I was so hot, and I was like winded, and I was like, here you go, here's my form. And like, obviously just, I looked like a mess. And so they never called me back, and I was like, okay. And so then I ended up taking an internship. It was the WBCM was like this cool rock radio station I tried to get an internship at, and I ended up getting an internship at the talk station in town, AM 680 WRKO. But getting an internship at a talk station wasn't a bad thing, because there was a lot more opportunities to do at a rock radio station. The content is the music mostly, and then the DJs, but also in a talk station, I got to learn about doing stuff like this. People that I used to intern for and learned the craft and everything. And that is so when I hear Billy West, when I hear Ren and Stimpy, I think Futurama, I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I got into radio in the first place, because I wanted to do what he did way back in the Stone Ages. Hold on. No. Did I lose the
everything in the office and everything in the office. Reggie 63 says, have you ever done any comedy or skits before?
Have you ever done any
At
comedy
Mercy
skits before?
21977 says, my dome magnifier is 23 years old. Haha, it's pretty beat up, but I refuse to replace it.
We did for a little while. We were doing like fake.
At Brody Huggins J8K says, your voice sounds like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
I've heard that, but I've never heard Lilo and Stitch.
At
We did.
Sass 9228 says, Yuga Buga saw me, you live.
Yuga Booga saw me, you live, whatever that person said. We did a handful, like I did a fake product commercial here on this channel. It's called the Poomometer. And then we did a handful of those things. We did a bunch of back when I was in radio. I was known for doing my like sketches, my skits. They were called Pete's Bits. I used to have a website, petesbits.com. I had like 1,500 different bits that I did for radio. So yeah, I've done a lot of that stuff. I did stand-up comedy for a while, and then hold on, what's this message? It is, what time is it? Oh, it already got to be 7:27. How did it get to be 27? All right. What an interesting day. What a weird day. I hope you guys had fun. I feel like I was kind of complaining for half of the show, and then I was having technical issues, and then I was justifying my technical issues. Whatever. This is what you get in the morning. It's a hit or miss in the morning. How did Pete wake up today? Grumpy? Happy? Who knows?
My dome magnifier is 23 years. My dome magnifier at Seminars. My dome magnifier at Brody Huggins. My dome magnifier is 23. My dome magnifier is 23 years old. Haha, it's pretty beat. At Javisol Cedar 921 says Peter. Colin also did the clicking sounds for The Predator.
He did?
1096 says, if you get a job to speak on shows like the Tex Avery show these days, so you would do it, or if it were important to you that the show makes some sense.
I don't know what the Tex Avery show
says hi.
is.
At Haunted Corpse says hello. Thiblind Husband says, it was a great show, Pete. Thank you for doing it. We hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. Oh, real quick. So I didn't know that Peter Cullen did the clicking for The Predator, but Vin Diesel is the voice of the Groot. And I read this a while ago, and literally all he says is, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Like, and I think he got points on the movie, which is how he got to this level, but I think he made $8 million or $9 million just to go in there and say, I am Groot. And I'm like, oh my God. Like that's when you're getting paid for your name, like just attaching the Vin Diesel name to the project. Yeah, I've never had a voiceover job like that. I mean, talk about that. 3 words, just say it with different inflection again and again. I mean, God, if I could ever get a job like that, that would be fantastic. All right. So I will put you guys back up. I will go to here. I will press, is this the right button? There we go. Because I do have to get into that booth and start doing stuff. I didn't even tell you about the big voiceover job that I did yesterday. I'll tell you about it on Tuesday. It was pretty cool. It was a fun session. What up, Haunted Corpse? So yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to do my best to try and sleep in on Monday. Saya. I'm going to try and sleep in on Monday, and then I'll be back on Tuesday evening, trying to do these 4 days a week, because even I need to sleep every now and then. Maybe the fact that I almost jumped out of bed when my alarm clock went off this morning is a testament to that. Thank you to everybody. Appreciate you all. Appreciate the moderators. Appreciate the people who called 760-517-6844. All you texters, everybody that wakes up with me and deals with me here in the mornings. Appreciate you all. And Until
At
next
Cinemas
time.
21977 says happy recording.
Thank you. We'll
1096 says see ya.
do it again next
At
week.
Reggie
Bye.
6532 says bye.
Bye.
At Haunted Court says see you Pete. At Jasoncock 7990 says have a good day Pete. At Matejas Brum says have a good weekend Pete and everyone else. At Odir Lucia says bye Pete.